last night we see game one of the NBA Finals, Mavericks Heat. And I say this, that the series, I'm afraid, is over. And I'm very glad that I didn't put the $300 down on the Mavericks to win $480 that I anticipated doing with the Mavericks at plus 160, because I thought they had a chance to win the series. And you can rack it up. They don't have a chance to win the series. They did, but now they don't. Because you got the Heat. They played great defense. What did they hold the Heat to, shooting, Rick?
What did the Mavericks hold the Heat to?
Yeah, I know the answer. You don't.
I don't, no.
They held them under 40%. I think it was 39%, maybe 37%. So you do your job. You hold the Heat to 37, 39% shooting. You had this game. The Heat couldn't have played worse at home, and you still didn't get it done. And as they did against the Bulls, they dominated the end of the game, just dominated the end of the game. And the knock on the Heat all year was that they couldn't close out. My God, these guys can close a game out. I hate it, but they can close out a game.
I thought the biggest point of the game was when Miami was up 6, and there was back and forth possessions, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Really. And if we want to cue up the video right now, we can. Dwayne Wade hitting the dagger of a three.
You know, ESPN, and they do such a great job. I was watching the highlights of this, and they got the big dunks by LeBron at the end of the game, and he did hit a big dunk to put him back up 9, I think, because he got fouled, dunked and got fouled. But big deal. The game was essentially over at that point. You're right. Dwayne Wade with a great defensive play. First of all, he hit a big-time jumper on a crossover move earlier, I think, to put him up 7. Then he makes the huge block on Marion, and then he hits this dagger 3 you're talking about. You're right, and ESPN leaves that out of the highlight package. Everybody you talked to today was like, that was the shot. I had to go play softball. I had some time to kill. I could have watched the rest of the game. He hit the 3. I clicked it off. I got my glove. I went to the softball game. We lost 17-0. But our game was over before it started. But Wade's 3 that was it. That ended that game. But, I mean, the Heat closed out in the last 5 minutes. They dominated the Celtics in the last 5 minutes. They dominated the Bulls, and they took over the last 5 minutes here. So, yeah, let's play this video. This is really cool. The NBA puts this up. It's like this little mini movie. It's phenomenal what they do here. And I think, do we have Spoelstra talking first?
Like I believe so.
Yeah, so it's Spoelstra in the huddle.
No, Rick Carlisle.
Oh, I thought it was the Heat huddle. It's the Mavericks huddle?
Mavericks huddle.
All right, so anyway, well, if you want to watch the whole thing, it's online, and you'll see Spoelstra and Carlisle like telling these guys about like gut check defensive moments. And so you'll see this, and then you'll see Wade's block, and then the dagger 3 Rick was talking about.
Got to keep playing. Got to keep playing. A lot of time. A lot of time.
Okay, I'd love to get a 2 or 3 minute skirmish of stops and in the open court.
Pass to Marion. Blocked by Wade. Knocked out of bounds. Miami ball. What a defensive play from Dwayne Wade. Wade for 3. Dwayne Wade from downtown.
And you know what the key is to this game, Mike? They've got Wade and LeBron.
Yeah, that's the and there's the dunk, and he got fouled. That was the dunk by James. But it was already over by then, and everybody plays that because it was big, the dunk, and it was exciting. But I mean, look, how do you stop Dwayne Wade? He pulls back, he dribbles back. Like this is how he did it.
Let me ask you this: Can Miami even be stopped if the big 3 have 19, 22, and 24 in a game?
Yeah, they can be stopped if it takes them 40 shots to get it. Yeah, but if they're economical as they were. And if they play D and they keep you guys from exploding, and Nowitzki's the only guy to put up some points, is what Nowitzki get 27 of their 84 points, and he hurt his finger. He's going to have to play with a splint on his left finger, on a finger on his left hand. That was another big dunk there at the end of the game, but the game was over at that point. Fancy play, but it's the jumpers, man. It was the big LeBron shot, the 3, the tough 3 at the end of the third quarter at the buzzer, and then the 2 big Wade jumpers, the 2 and the 3. Man, Wade's hit some big shots. And again, this D is on him. You can't stop that. And LeBron, too. I hate these guys.
Who do you expect to stop Dwayne Wade, though? Deshaun Stevenson is guarding LeBron half the time. Marion's guarding LeBron half the time. Who do you expect to stop Dwayne Wade?
Dudley Bradley. Dudley Bradley could play some D. It was the 80s. Before you were born, Rick. I don't know who can stop him. Nobody, man. I mean, it's like saying who could stop Jordan. I mean, these guys. Dwayne Wade's not Michael Jordan, but I mean, he's a phenomenal player. I mean, you weren't when these guys can shoot because you got to respect his ability to go past you. And, you know, what are you going to do? I mean, Tom Thibodeau's been a defensive genius. Throw around that term too much. But he's been an outstanding defensive coach for years. The Bulls were as good a defensive team as there was in the league, right?
Yep.
So, you know, if Tom Thibodeau can't do it, who's going to do it? You got to respect Wade's ability to go past you. You couldn't do it. Wade dominated and James dominated the end of those games. The Bulls could have won 3 of those games. I'm not saying they should have, but they could have. They certainly should have won 1.